I am the masked poet, and I'm reciting from a book of poems called Poetry's Teacher, which has since been amalgamated into a book called Poetry's Teacher Meets Poetry's Therapist, which can be obtained from Amazon. The poem I'm going to recite is called Not Feminism, but Realism. It was about a time in my life when just because you didn't want to be treated badly as a woman didn't mean you were a feminist. So I called it Not Feminist, Not Feminism, but Realism. I resent being a mould in whom you can put your cold and insensitive member into. I resent being your woman too. I resent being a slab of meat that you can keep and season when and if you decide to reason, which is not often. I resent being your woman. I resent being a carcass that you can repress and curse when your instability sets in. I resent being your woman. I resent having to cook for you when you've been idling all day with nothing to do. I resent having to wash your clothes when everyone knows you've been out for a screw. I resent being your woman. I resent having to clean up your mess after you've finished getting dressed. You tell me not to shout at you when you leave your shit floating in the loo, waiting for me to flush it. Just like when you leave the bath dirty, waiting for me to wash it. I resent being your woman. I resent finding your silk handkerchief, hiding the dog ends of a worn-out spliff, and nurturing a colour of a lipstick that is not mine. Her scent lingers in the air. You allow me to find it because you just don't care. And suddenly it becomes quite clear that I'm your chattel for you to return to when you've lost your bottle. I resent being your woman. I resent having to go to the laundrette while you're using your money to place on a bet. I resent the way I have to do all the shopping while you loaf around without contributing. I resent the way you think you know what I want when I know damn well you don't. So what's next for you, since this woman seems to resent everything that you do? Are you going to thump her down and kick her while she's on the ground? Are you going to tell her that she's feisty just because you've lost your tree? Or are you going to storm out and tell her about her bomber clot? Or maybe that she's no good, even though she's never cooked your food. Maybe you'll cuss the way she looks, or tell her to go wash between her foot, even though it's there you go and love it so. I'm so glad I'm not your woman.